Hey guys, here's how I make my Sanrio conchas. Here are the ingredients we're going to need for both the bread and the topping, and feel free to pause if you need to, so let's get right into it. Starting off, I'm mixing 2 tablespoons of flour and 1 tablespoon of sugar into my instant yeast. Then I'll mix in my milk, making sure it's at 110 degrees Fahrenheit. Then you'll cover it with plastic wrap and setting it off to the side for 20 minutes in a warm spot, and it will rise quite a bit. Next, we'll pour the flour and make a crater in the middle. Around it, we'll pour the sugar, salt, and cinnamon. And then we'll pour the yeast mix in, followed by the eggs and vanilla. We'll hand mix these liquids until well combined, and then gradually incorporate the dry ingredients surrounding it. This will take a little while, but you gotta keep working it in. Once it's all absorbed, we need to keep kneading the dough for 30 to 45 minutes. This ensures we get the consistency that we need. The dough should be able to stretch without tearing and be a little translucent. Place the dough in an oiled bowl and cover it, letting it sit for 1 to 2 hours. In a new bowl, we'll add our vegetable shortening, flour, and powdered sugar and hand mix until it becomes like Play-Doh. When it starts to look like this, we'll divide the dough into 4 different pieces. Then I'll add pink food coloring to one and mix it in. And then I'll add yellow food coloring to the next one. I cut off a little bit of it and mix a teaspoon of cocoa powder for brown color for Pudding's hat. For the next one, we'll add purple food coloring for Kuromi, making sure to mix it well. And we'll cut off a little piece of this one as well and adding cocoa powder and food coloring to get a black color for the eyes. We'll also cut a little piece of the pink one off and make it red for Hello Kitty's bow. After 1 to 2 hours, the dough should have risen a lot, and we'll push out the air in it by kneading it, and we'll divide it into pieces that each weigh 80 grams. Then we'll tuck in the edges of the dough and then rolling them into little balls on the counter. Using a star-shaped cookie cutter, I cut out some small triangles from some dough and place them on the baking sheet. Make sure to flatten the dough a little bit. Next, I'll use a candy cane cookie cutter to form bunny ears, and I'll flatten the dough by pressing on top, making sure each piece is sticking together. Using the star cookie cutter again, we'll cut some triangles and shape them into diamonds for Kuromi's ears. Make sure to press the dough pieces together. For the next one, just cut out 4 little grooves around the dough. You can always go back and trim the dough a bit more. Now we'll flatten out the white frosting and make a circle. We'll place it on the kitty dough and trim it and then carve into it. We'll cut some smaller circles for My Melody's face. Make sure to trim it and cut into it. We'll repeat this process for Kuromi, but make sure to trim it to look like her face shape. With the pink dough, we'll make My Melody's hood and place it on the dough. We'll trim around it and cut into it as well. We'll continue this process with the purple dough for Kuromi, making sure to trim the edges to her face shape as well. For the yellow frosting, we'll shape it and place it on Pudding's face, making sure to cut a groove on the top for his little hat. Next, I'll add their eyes and their other accessories. And now they're ready to bake in the oven at 325 degrees Fahrenheit for 18 to 20 minutes, and they should look lightly golden when they're out of the oven. Let them cool down for a couple of minutes and enjoy!